episode 58 of the Alex Malone Daily Vlog. How's it going? It's been a minute. It's been I think about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3. We just got back from vacation. My family, my in-laws, we went out west. We hit Colorado and all the way down to Vegas for 2 weddings, not one, but 2 weddings. And let me tell you what an adventure it was. I'm telling you. So I've never been out west before. I think the most places I've traveled outside of Michigan has been Georgia, DC, and Maryland. And then the Tennessee, Chicago, that kind of thing, as well. I think that's most places that I've been outside of Michigan. But all those places aren't too far from each other, except for Maryland, DC. But anyway, so check this. There's 17 people total in 2 vans, 15, 16 passenger van, and then a minivan. And so, along with 8 kids. So, I can tell you what an adventure it was, and all kinds of just excitement going down there. The kids are excited. They're with their cousins, my kids, and and their cousins, all playing together in one vehicle together, in the heat together, going out west. And so this might be a long vlog, but I'm gonna try to keep it short and condensed and some value, and just really exciting for you guys because we're just getting back to Michigan and just getting back in the swing of things. And I'll talk about that later. But let me just tell you this. So we leave. We're going to Colorado because my brother-in-law is getting married in Colorado, and we leave. And I had no idea. I guess I had no idea. Let me just say this. I guess the kids did very, very well for being kids. I mean, being in a car for 3, 4, 5 days on the road, driving, eating on the side of the road. At the rest areas. Where we hit in Wyoming, we hit Idaho, Nebraska, Iowa. Going through Illinois. It's just amazing, and to see all those places. I think we hit about 14 states on this trip. So we're heading to Colorado, and I'll show you guys and take a look here at some of the scenery on the way to Colorado. Some of these places is Idaho, Nebraska. Like I said, I haven't seen any of these places before, and none of my kids have. But it was crazy. So take a look at this real quick, and then. So that was really cool. That's the view from inside the car, you know what I'm saying? So, and then also, just going through, getting to talk to, my sisters-in-law, my mother-in-law on a different level than, just the surface, you know what I'm saying, on the trip. So when you spend time together, of course, drama happens, whatever else, but when you get outside of element and you're spending all the time together with people, you get closer and you just kind of have deeper talks. And so getting to do that. So we went to Colorado, and I'm going to tell you what, first of all, let me just say as a portion of this trip, first of all, shout out to my sister-in-law. She planned the trip, and we got the kids and the family. We got to see, Yellowstone National Park. We got to see Zion National Park, which is my absolute favorite with the canyons. It was amazing. It's like its own little world. Zion National Park, we got to see Bryce Canyon. In Utah, we also got to see, what was the other one? The Arches National Park. But let me tell you something about the mountains. I was not prepared to be driving through the mountains, because I'm going to tell you what, when we were driving through the mountains, I was like, I need you now, right? And then also had me screaming like this. And so it was crazy. I mean, I'm holding on to dear life, like, oh my gosh, because when you're driving, and it's even worse when you're actually not driving, when you're in the passenger seat, because you can actually see the end of the cliff, like the edge of the cliff on the mountains, and I'm freaking out, I'm stressing out because I don't like heights anyway. But man, I'm telling you what, it was crazy. Seriously, I wanted to scream, like it was too much, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think the coolest part we're driving through, and it was cool to see some of these places at night, driving through the mountains and seeing these places at night. I got to see Salt Lake City, Utah, at night. And I like big cities. I just like them. But seeing Salt Lake City, all the lights and in the mountains, and you can see lights in the mountains, on the ground. It was cool, and it's hilly. It's all kinds of hills and turns and twists, and it was really cool. And then after that, we first of all, shout out to the people out there out west. There's some dope people out west. Shout out to you guys. We stayed one night at a hotel in Utah after we have visited Bryce Canyon, and I think it was like the Hampton Inn or something like that. But there was a lady down there, one of the servers or the cooks down there for breakfast, and she was just cool as can be. And she was like a grandmother, and she took care of us. And she was like, "Oh, where are you guys coming from?" And just talking to her and hearing her experience. And we drove through a forest fire. It was crazy. I think they're still going on out west too. So respect to the families, and hopefully everybody's safe. Pray that you guys are safe. But yeah, we drove through a forest fire. But the lady there's some really cool people out there. So she took care of us, fed us, and just kind of acted like a grandma. Gave us she had made some homemade cookies that morning and gave them to the kids. So it was really cool just to see that. After we left the hotel, we were giving her hugs and stuff like that. But it was really cool. Then we get down to Vegas. And I'm giving you the short version because I don't want this to be a super long vlog, but it's going to be long because it's already 7 minutes almost already. But anyway, so we went down to Vegas and we drove through Vegas at night. And I'm going to tell you what, first of all, people are like, man, the heat it's really hot on there. It's 100 degrees. And I'm going to keep it real. It is hot, but it's dry heat. And for me personally, I could handle that. That was really cool. I would take the 100-degree dry heat over the 85-degree humidity, infused heat over here in Michigan. But anyway, driving through Vegas at night was amazing. I mean, I can't describe it. It was really cool. All the lights, and shout out to my godmom and my cousin. I didn't get to see you guys. It was kind of crazy. I didn't really have a car, so appreciate that. Sorry about that. Appreciate you guys. I'll make it happen again, and hope you guys are doing well. But driving through Vegas at night was really cool. All the lights, all the things, and I used to sell cars, and seeing all the big dealerships, and the Porsche, the BMWs, the Audis, even the Chevys, and there's a whole bunch of Dodge dealerships down there. But it was just amazing to see all the lights and all the activity and all the hustle and bustle. And it's, to me, when I like cities, because it means there's growth. It just means that there's liveliness. It means that there's life there. For me personally, with going out west and with those big cities. So that's really cool for me. Get to the house in Vegas. I think it was like a 9-10 bedroom house. I'm probably wrong, but it was cool because we all had our own room, and it was a really big house. It had a swimming pool outside, had a basketball court, tennis court, batting cage, and a pool out there. It was really cool. So I think it was like 30 people in the house, probably, including the kids. And for me, it didn't feel like we were on top of each other. We all had our own space, and it was just really cool. We kind of just chill out and relax. I mean, my wife and all the ladies went to the bachelorette party for another wedding that we went to for a friend of ours. Congrats to you, Kristen and Regis. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having us down there, and congrats, many years of successful marriage to you guys. Thank you for having us. I really appreciate that. But it was just really cool being in the house and just chilling and relaxing. Like, I'm a kind of person that I like to keep working, and I don't really stop. And it was hard for me a little bit to stop, working or trying to not doing the vlog on this trip. But it was needed, and it was really cool to relax and have the kids chill. So yeah, it was really cool. If you want to learn more about my experience going out west and my family and what else I thought, message me, hit me up on Facebook, Twitter. On Facebook, Alex Malone. Twitter at Alex Malone Speak. Instagram at Alex Malone Speaks with the S. Twitter didn't let me have the S, I believe. Also on YouTube, Alex Malone. I'm also there too. So if you want to learn more about for me to go in detail about my trip out west and my thoughts, hit me up as well. I know you guys will enjoy it. But man, it was a blessing, and it was a blessing to get out, and I felt honored to be able to get out. Got to see Arizona. My father-in-law has a dope house out there in Arizona. I mean, it's just crazy. And one of the things that he said when we were at Bryce Canyon, and if you don't know about Bryce Canyon, you gotta look it up. It's just amazing. I really can't describe how big it is, how massive, how strong it is. But looking at Bryce Canyon, and we were walking down the canyon, and I'm coming back down the trail that they have within the canyon, and he says, and I didn't tell my wife this, but he said, I'm pushing him in his wheelchair, and he says, "Thank you, Lord, for putting this here for us." And I thought that was, here he is, over 90 years old, and done and seen, been in almost all the wars, Vietnam, World War II, I'm saying, all these things, Korean War. He's been in all these all these wars, and still having that appreciativeness. I don't know if that's a word, but still appreciating life, right? Still appreciating life. And he says, "Thank you, Lord, for putting this here for us." And that was just amazing perspective. So, yeah, y'all, it was cool. The wedding was awesome. We got to dance. My son doing a whip and nay, you know what I'm saying? So whatever that is, you know what I'm saying? He was killing it. And we just had a really good time, Shout out to my family. And, it was just a good trip. So I had a good time. I know the kids had a good time. And, driving, it was a long drive, but it was dope, and I'm back and ready to grind. So from here on out, the vlog continues. So this is episode 58 of the Alex Malone Daily Vlog. I appreciate you guys, and looking to grow more with you guys. Some really good things coming. Follow me. Let's join on this journey together, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys and talking to you guys soon. Episode 58 of the Daily Vlog. We're out.